Hi, I'm Catherine Clark. Welcome to Beyond Politics. Ontario Liberal MP Bonnie Crombie worked behind the scenes in politics for over 30 years. She's a busy mom, she's a wife, and now she's in the big show. She's on Parliament Hill as a rookie MP, and she clearly relishes her job. She joins me next to talk all about life beyond politics. Bonnie Crombie, welcome to Beyond Politics. I'm thrilled to have you here.
Thank you, Kath. It's great to be here, actually.
You're wearing your signature red.
I am.
Yeah. Do you feel compelled to wear red as a Liberal and a woman so that everyone observes your fashion choices anyways?
I love the color. It's very bold. It makes a great statement. And now I find that people are disappointed if I don't wear it.
Really?
I go into an event and they'll say, but you're supposed to be wearing red.
So they just naturally expect it.
I have built a little wardrobe of red now, I must admit, some winter and some summer.
You know, I've said this before, actually, on Beyond Politics, but I noticed that there would be times in my younger life when I would be told that I really shouldn't wear red, not by my parents or anyone, but by people when we would attend community events, because they would say that it was a Liberal color. And I was amazed that people actually care that much, pay that much attention to.
Isn't that interesting?
And I don't think they do this to men. I don't think they say to a man that you're wearing a red tie.
No, clearly.
Yeah.
Certainly on television you're not supposed to wear red. It's too bold, it's too striking. But I do enjoy it. It's like cars, right? Cars should be black, white, or if they're sports cars, red.
Yeah. Well, you look great.
Thank you.
Now, how long have you been at this political thing?
Oh, I hate to tell you, about 30 years. I got active in Young Liberals, youth politics, and in university, University of Toronto. I was Vice President Young Liberals, and I applied to sit on the Young Liberal board. And I met my husband there, in fact.
Oh, wow.
So we childhood romance. We met doing Young Liberals together. We worked on David Peterson's leadership campaign, and that drove us together. And today, here we are today, 30 years later. We've always been involved, either at a leadership level or at the riding level. We raise money. He does policy, I do marketing, I do communications, we always canvass. We've always been involved.
Why? What was it about it?
It's trying to make a difference, trying to share our values and, make a difference in the community, really. We both have strong ethos of giving back to the community. I work for McDonald's Corporation, I don't know if you know that, and they have a very strong philosophy about giving back to the community that supports you, and it's really driven me in my life as well. I've always looked for opportunities in ways where I can be creative in giving back to the community, and that's why I've sat on the many boards and that I have, and task forces that I've run, and I've done the community fundraising and community activism that I have.
And why wait so long to run?
Well, that's an interesting question. I always wanted to. I don't know that I always had the drive to be the Member of Parliament, as long as I was contributing to the community.
Right.
But this was a unique opportunity for me. I had been heavily involved in the 2006 leadership race, and I had been organizing in the community. I'm a good organizer. And the Member of Parliament in my community changed teams. He crossed the floor. In fact, I always like to say he crossed the floor and that opened the door for me. And I got calls at that time that said, Bonnie, you're active in the community. You've got a presence. You've been vice chairman of the task force on the arts. You helped build the cancer center. You've been in politics. You know how it operates. You've run campaigns. In fact, I've run a mayoralty campaign in Toronto. You should put your name forward. And I thought, this isn't about being a woman, I hope, because that would be, I wouldn't do it for that reason. If you feel I'm the right candidate, I'd certainly consider it. But I got enough calls from the Liberal Party and also from community people, community and business leaders. I thought, I guess I should take this seriously. In fact, we were skiing in Whistler when it happened. It was January 5th, 2007. My family was enjoying a nice ski holiday, and my phone started ringing that the Liberal member had crossed the floor in what I consider the seat. So I had to make some phone calls to see if there was support and also determine if I could raise the money.
Yeah, because it is expensive. People don't necessarily realize.
Well, $80,000 to $90,000 just to run your campaign.
Yeah.
But there's what we call a pre-writ period. That's after the time you're nominated, and I'd love to tell you about my nomination because they did put me out to a full nomination race, open nomination. But there's cost just being a candidate. We opened up an office, started phone banking, and those funds have to come out of money that you fundraised in the community.
Right. So tell me, you're in Whistler, your phone is ringing,
Yeah,
you're making phone
BlackBerry's
calls.
going crazy.
And your family.
My
what
family's
did your family do?
highly supportive. They were really enthusiastic about it. Now, my
Because they're
children,
not, your kids are not tiny kids, but
No.
they're not out of the house necessarily.
No, I have today 20-year-old boy in university, a 16-year-old boy in grade 10 just finishing up, and a 12-year-old daughter. And they're all very accomplished, but they're also very political. They share our values. The older one is also on the Young Liberal Board, and he organizes the Liberals over at Western.
Oh, that's
the
nice. So
younger
he's
one,
following in your footsteps.
well, I don't know about that. Maybe my husband's, but they both enjoy politics. My younger son, Jonathan, he canvassed with me every single day. My daughter's not quite there, but she has her own. She's she's very competitive. She's a dancer, and which is a challenge in itself, managing them all.
So how do you manage it? I mean, you just said that you're a good organizer, but
I
does
am.
that apply to the home front too?
Oh, yeah, we have to be, absolutely. I'm a
Okay.
master organizer,
You are.
multitasker, as you were commenting earlier about the two
Yeah, you have
BlackBerries.
two
I
BlackBerries.
keep two BlackBerries. One is for
And you know, I have to tell our viewers this because I had seen you at an event recently and you said, please give me your email address. And I am one of those people who refuses to own a BlackBerry because I don't want to be that tied to the rest of the world, really. And so I said, okay, and I'm trying to type it in with my two thumbs, and you said, oh, give it to me. And you have your other BlackBerry in this hand and the one I'd been working on here, and you just do it with one hand, and I thought,
No, I'm quite skilled.
so many skills.
Yeah. I think it's the butt of some jokes, frankly. But I've always had a BlackBerry. You know, I've been involved in many community activities,
Right.
community events. It's for my family, for my friends, the people I've always been in touch with, been connected with. And now I have one for this wonderful job, exhilarating job that I have here. And it keeps my two lives separate.
And what are you going to do when this ban comes in Ontario, where we can't operate these devices
While
in
we're
a
driving
vehicle?
cars?
Precisely.
I would never operate a BlackBerry while operating a motor vehicle.
Of course not. No. Well, it's a good thing that you're organized, though, because I really don't know how with 3 children
I've got
and
this-
a husband.
Yeah, who is a professional person
Right.
in finance and very devoted husband. He's very supportive, and right now he's doing a PhD
No
in
kidding.
business development. So
Oh my
actually, it leaves him.
gosh.
I know he's A-type as well, very accomplished person, and but it does leave him a little more flexible.
Right.
So he's home a little when I'm here, and we try not to travel at the same time. He's at Case Western in Cleveland, so we try not to overlap. I'll be coming home tomorrow night, and he'll be going off to Cleveland.
So when do you see each other?
Weekends. People forget that when they elect you,
Yes.
they say, "Oh, we elect you, we never see you anymore." And I remind them that you elect me to go to Ottawa for 3 weeks out of every 4.
You know, that's a
And
very good point.
Yes, you have to remember that. And I'm home only alternate Fridays.
Right.
And my weekends are very busy with community events and activities, and we were speaking of my responsibilities. Justin Trudeau and I are national co-chairs of Outreach, and we do a lot of extra community events and activities as well outside of our own ridings.
So do you seem to
At best,
relish
I
the
get
job.
texts from my children and phone calls
And you're-
saying, "Can I buy? Can I go?"
Do you say,
Do I have
yes,
permission
could you
to-
please buy me a pair of those shoes in size whatever as well?
No.
No.
I promise I'll take you this weekend when I'm home, Mummy. You know that won't happen.
Do they, and are they okay with that, knowing that you say...
They're very supportive.
Okay.
They understand. I think my daughter would like it if I were home a little more often, but
Yeah.
she's getting used to it as well. And you know what? We're going to Rise this week, so we'll be home for much of the summer. We're having 2 weeks holidays together, so there'll be a lot of opportunity to do all the things she loves to do.
Well, that's really fantastic.
Yeah.
Give me an idea of what you were like as a kid.
As a child, maybe not as confident in myself as I am today, but also had an awareness of myself as wanting to do something more in the community. Always been very passionate about doing the right thing for the right reasons and making a difference in the community. I thought I would get involved with a children's cause, for instance, and I have been. I've been involved with Brain Injury Association. I've been on the board of Arts Umbrella. Arts Umbrella is a children's performance and visual arts institute based in Vancouver, and I lived in Vancouver for a number of years. So it was those kinds of causes I always saw myself being involved with, you know.
Why? I mean, what was it about how you
You know
grew
what?
up?
I just felt very privileged. I had a middle-class upbringing, but I never wanted for anything.
Yeah.
So I always felt that I've been blessed as a person, and you know, my husband and I, we've worked very hard to get to the point where we've had a measure of success ourselves. So I feel that I'm in a position where I can do more for the community and give back.